So we've come to Sherwoodpines today. I'm riding the red trail and Josh is going to ride the fire roads. He's on his Enduro and he's just going straight to the dirt jumps because he didn't want to take his e-bike. But I don't mind the pedal. Ooh, big puddles. So I'm doing the trail to the dirt jumps. Then we'll meet up there. Oh, it's more puddly than I thought it was going to be. I'm wearing shorts today. But yes, we'll meet at the dirt jumps because that's the whole reason to come to Sherwoodpines, to ride the dirt jumps. The trail is just a little bit boring, really. I mean, it's good if you're learning because you can get the pedaling in, there's not massive obstacles, and then you can go to the jumps and the little downhill section to practice. But if the jumps weren't here, we would never come. So hopefully you'll have a good ride. So I'll show you a little bit more of the trail. It's quite a flat trail, you have to do a lot of pedaling, and it's one of those ones where you don't actually know whether you should sit down or stand up because it is just flat and you do have to pedal the whole way. I think technically if you wanted you probably could sit down for a lot of it. And it's trying not to tire your legs out too much before getting to the cool jumps. Oh, there's a big puddle coming up. Try to stay on the top like a lot of people have done. But yeah, definitely muddier than I thought it would be. So I just had to follow a very muddy trail diversion. So muddy. Back onto the normal trail now though. Tiny little bit of flow. I'm not actually having to pedal too much. Back to a climb, of course. Little drop. Little drop. This is a bit with a few berms, which is nice after all the pedaling. Making my legs feel tired already. I just stopped for the first time to have a little breather and a drink, and I realised I've not been checking the lens. I'm not used to all these GoPro things. I'm now on a little section called Western Front, I think. I think it's just a bit pedally again. Keep hoping there'll be a few berms. Little break for my legs. It's a really good cardio workout, this one. Gets your heart rate going because you just have to keep moving. There's barely any time to coast. And I do like cardio workouts, but usually not when there's jumps afterwards. Whew. So this is now the trouble, riding without Josh and on a trail I don't know. I got to one point of the trail and it split into two. There were no signs, dirt like my mouth then, for what each side was. And I've gone back onto what is now labelled as the red trail, but I'm trying to get to the dirt jumps. I don't want to have missed that bit out because then I'll not see Josh. So I hope I'm on the right track still. These are actually some quite fun berms. But yeah, we have been here a couple of times before, but because it's quite far, it's been like a year I think since we came, so I really don't know the track or where I'm going. So hopefully I don't have a lot of retracing to do and I'm still on my way to the dirt jumps. We will see. So I am having an absolute disaster. As I said, Josh was like, I'm going to take my Enduro, I don't want to pedal the trail. And I was like, oh yeah, fine. I was like, I want to pedal the trail, I won't get lost. And he's like, no, you know, if you go the wrong way, you'll come to the downhill trails. That didn't happen, went the wrong way, ended up back at the visitor centre. So I've now ridden the whole red, and every person that has asked, they tried to help, but they're like, oh, I don't know. You want to go down here and turn right and then go left. And then someone else is like, oh, you want to go here and then go left and go on the blue trail. And then someone else is like, oh, you want to go this way. So I rode to the bike shop and a nice young man said, I want to ride the blue. I've got to look out for some bridge. I want to say right or something. But the blue is supposed to be shorter. And hopefully it's pedaling so much for not having tired legs when I get to the dirt jumps. And there best be less flipping puddles on this blue. So now I'm back on the mission and Josh is probably going to be like, where have you been? And I'll be like, I got lost. Oh, I'm so annoyed. Now my bike's making a weird noise too. Hopefully it's just water. But sometimes, silver linings, blue trails can actually be mega fun and really flowy. So I'm hoping for a bit of flow, less pedaling, and maybe this time I'll end up at the dirt jumps. Otherwise I fully give up. I'm just gonna sit and wait by the car. But when I got to that trail where I thought I was lost, which is obviously where I was lost, I went to the right and I should have stayed to the left, but there was no sign at all. So I wasn't very impressed. Anyway, there we go. So I'm still on the blue, hopefully still on the right track. Annoyingly, my legs are starting to feel a bit tired now. It's definitely an easier pedal than the red, but it's still a lot of pedaling. But the guy said something about a bridge. I've not seen any bridges yet. But he said it would take about 25 minutes. But I've not got a watch, not got my phone. Which is why it's very annoying because I have no way of letting Josh know. I hope he just hasn't left the dirt jumps.
almost there. That third one, we all just touched that. So we finished up at the jumps. Not much filming from me today, I have to say. You've been taken on the loop with Jess, and as I'm sure you've seen by the footage that came before this little outro, you got a bit lost, didn't you, sweet?
Yeah, I did the whole trail and then had to start again. I was not happy.
So Jess did the whole red loop instead of cutting off halfway through to meet me at the jump park. So did the whole red loop back to the visitor centre and then did the blue back to the jumps to meet me. So Jess did at least 2.5 hours riding before we even met up. So finishing off, done some jumps and cruising back to the car. Take you on for the next ride.
Like and subscribe.